Yeah, and there's been so much of this. This is officially day 10 of the jury trial. Elizabeth Holmes arriving a short time ago, as is typically the case, arriving hand in hand with her mother. And so we're kind of in the early going here. Remember, what the government has to prove here is not only that Elizabeth Holmes was in control at Theranos, but also that she knew that the statements that she was making to investors, doctors, and patients were false. And so we've seen a series of Theranos insiders talking about just that. We expect this morning to hear from a former Theranos lab director. But also this week, we got the first of what we expect will be a number of bold-faced names. As Carl said, James Mattis, the former U.S. Defense Secretary. Before he was Defense Secretary, he was a Theranos board member and investor. And, of course, before that, he was a four-star general. And in court, before a very attentive jury, he talked about how he first came to meet Elizabeth Holmes back in 2011 when he was still in the military and was instantly taken with the prospects for the technology for blood testing, both on the battlefield and to lower health care costs in general. But ultimately, he testified, as the negative reports about the company came out in 2015, that he didn't really know what to believe. We're hearing a lot more about also the relationship between Elizabeth Holmes and the former chief operating officer, Sunny Balwani, both in court and also in this cache of texts that our CNBC producer Yasmin Khorram uncovered earlier this week. There's really thousands of these text messages over a period of years, with the two of them really kind of collaborating about the company and where it was going, but also not beyond a little bit of dishing, like the day in 2015 when Sunny Balwani saw Facebook's Sheryl Sandberg at a Starbucks, and he texts to Holmes that she was wearing sweatpants and looked weak, I think. Maybe that's how she looks without makeup. Holmes replies, yeah, she always dresses up. Weak, like as a leader, weak. Remember that Holmes, part of her defense may be that she claims that Balwani abused her for many years, and because of that, she couldn't form the intent to commit a crime. Balwani, of course, has denied that. We'll see how that goes and how some of these texts play into it as this trial rolls on, likely to go into December. Guys?